Advertisements. You hate them, I hate them, pretty much all of us hate them. Now, I shouldn't hate ads because 98% of the money I make each month comes from advertisements, but a lot of the times advertisements are not implemented correctly. They're implemented so many times in one web page that your cache gets full, your web browser caches, it takes longer to load, they're intrusive, they're ugly, they're pixelized. There's tons of problems with ads. In theory, they're good, but they're just a lot of people want to get rid of them. Now, on your computer, you can install Chrome and Firefox extensions like AdBlock, which will get rid of advertisements, but on iOS, there's been no way to do this. I take that back. There has been a way. You can buy a web browser from the App Store, and some app stores do have ad blocking functionality, but a problem with this is iOS doesn't allow you to select a default web browser. Every link opens in Safari. So if I click a link in Mail, it's going to open in Safari, and if it's a link with ads, it's going to open in Safari with ads. So, I mean, there are web browsers, but they're not really all that powerful because Safari remains the dominant and default browser. You can't change that. But I don't want ads in Safari. How can I get rid of advertisements? Well, there's a new application in the App Store that came out literally 2 days ago, and it's 99 cents, and it's called AdBlock. Now, AdBlock is a stupidly simple application, and if you're tech savvy, basically what it is it's a proxy server that parses your requested web page free of ads and delivers it back to you. If that didn't make any sense, don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly what it means in this video. But it's a very, very basic application. It's actually just a web wrapper, so the app isn't even really all that important. What you're paying $1 for is to use AdBlock servers. And they give you this little authentication key, which is unique to your device, and it only works with your device. So what we do is, let's open Safari here, and we're on Techno Buffalo. This is a great website. I love reading Techno Buffalo, but there are so many ads on Techno Buffalo, and it takes a long time to load. Like this whole, look at this. That is disastrous, right? Well, I want to get rid of this. I don't want the ad there. I don't want ads here. I don't want ads down here. I want to get rid of all of them, right? Well, what I can do is I can scroll back up to the top and I can go into settings, and under my Wi-Fi network, I hit this little arrow and I turn on manual HTTP proxies, and I use the credentials like stated in the AdBlock application setup, and I'm ready to go. Once I've set it up, just like this app tells you to set it up, you go into Safari, you press refresh, and boom, done away are the ads. It's awesome. No more gigantic top thing. No more ads at the end of the article right here. No more ads at the bottom of the page. It's all gone. There's no advertisements, and it does a really, really good job at getting rid of ads. Now, yeah, it is just a proxy, so if you wanted to set your own up, you could, but they do a pretty good job. They have servers on multiple continents, so you can kind of select it to wherever you are, which is nice. The servers are good. They're not super, super fast, so that is one caveat of this application, is if you have an ultra-fast internet connection, it may be slightly slower with AdBlock turned on, because rather than going straight from the web, you're asking these guys to parse the page and then send it back to you. So it's like a two-way deal instead of just one way straight across. So that's one caveat. The other problem with this is it intercepts every application on your iOS device. Now, this is good for most of the stuff. If you're using free apps that have advertisements on it, they won't show up anymore. They're gone. So that's really, really nice, because not only does it just block Safari ads, but it blocks every ad in every application, even third-party web browsers. However, there's a lot of different applications that are smart enough to know that you have this turned on. For example, Hulu Plus has an ad tailer at the beginning of every video, and they know that you have an advertisement blocker turned on. So if I try to watch this latest episode of New Girl, it's not going to work. It's just going to sit on this loading video screen forever because that video advertisement is blocked. Okay, so that's a problem there. A lot of other Flash-based players on the web do this. It shouldn't be a problem because iPad doesn't have Flash, but all you have to do is go into settings, you find your Wi-Fi network, you turn this HTTP proxy off, and then you can go back into Hulu and start watching New Girl. But I mean, this is a little bit slow and annoying, and it takes a couple seconds for networks to appear. Then we have to click it, and then we have to turn it off, and then we have to remember to turn it back on. And so it is a little bit of a pain, and it's a little bit gimmicky, but it's not really AdBlock's fault. It's a limitation in iOS. However, it does a really, really good job at getting rid of pretty much every advertisement. Again, you do have those two problems. One, that the servers can be a little bit slower, and two, that you need to turn off this little guy for videos. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem. One other thing I need to mention is, and this is probably the most annoying thing, if you join multiple Wi-Fi networks, let's say you don't stay at home all day like a hermit, and I hope you don't. If you go to school or if you go to a coffee shop or whatever and you want to block advertisements, well, that HTTP proxy, again, this is a limitation of iOS, not really the application, but it's set up for that individual Wi-Fi network. So if I'm in a coffee shop and want to use Kyle Matsumura's network, I'm going to have to click manual and reset up this proxy. It's not going to come from where it is in here. So that's really kind of annoying. You're going to have to set it up for every Wi-Fi network that you use. Once every Wi-Fi network you use is set up, you're not going to have a problem, but that is annoying and a limitation you should be aware of. Yes, it does have problems. No, it's not perfect. Yes, it is actually mostly Apple's fault that this doesn't work flawlessly. But for $1, I think this is really awesome. You can get rid of text ads. Stuff loads a lot quicker. Video advertisements are not present anymore. It's really, really good. I like it. For $1, it seems like a no-brainer to me. You buy it once and you can install it on your iPhone, your iPod, your iPad, you name it. As long as it's hooked up to that iTunes account, you're set and ready to go. I like it. I use it. Yes, it's not perfect, or I should say, no, it's not perfect, but I think it's the closest thing you can find in the App Store. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Have an excellent day. And as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.